Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Stranger Things Season 4, Episode 3. I already watched today the episode 1 and 2. If you want to see my reaction videos about that, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. That's the last episode that I'm gonna watch today. 3 episodes, that's already great, that's already a lot. If you're considering that I watched also Obi-Wan Kenobi, the 2 first episodes, and that I have to work really quick on Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 1 and Stranger Things episode 1, so you can have all of them on Monday. So guys, 3 episodes, it's already great. Don't worry, I'm gonna avoid Twitter like hell during these 2 days to avoid spoilers. You know how much I hate spoilers. I don't watch more things, you know, than the trailers because I hate spoilers. I didn't make any researches, I didn't watch any promotional pictures and stuff like that. Even if I couldn't miss the fact that they made their entire promotion for this season 4 around that mystery house, that clock. We didn't see the house yet. If it was not Chrissy's house, but I'm beginning to not think that it was that. But we saw the clock a lot. Oh! That's it, it's something that I want to talk about. I made a little break, you know, between the episode 2 and this episode 3. And I have a new theory which is really bad. Which is really, really bad. Because, you know, remember that during the trailer we have Max into the air, floating into the air. Now that I discovered these 2 first episodes, people floating into the air like that, normally just after that she's gonna die. Do you understand what I mean? Like, people who are haunted by something bad that happened to them, who are floating into the air like that, she's gonna die. Max is gonna die, that's it. That trailer, it was a warning for us that Max would die. I'm not a fan of the idea. Because, you know, we didn't know why Max could float like that into the air suddenly. She doesn't have powers. It's not logical for her to have powers at any point. We know why 11 she had them. So for sure it was not her. Maybe someone was doing that to her, a creature or 11, someone else. Right there, I'm beginning to think that maybe in fact someone is doing that to her but into the other world, and she's floating like that into the air, and just after that we're gonna see her bones snapping and all of that. No to see that, no for Max to die. You know how much I love her character, all of her story with Billy during the previous season. It was really rough. So no, Max is not gonna die. I hate that theory that I just made right there, but I had to share it with you that I saw, you know, that parallel. It's not right, it's not great, I hope that I'm wrong, but it's something, you know. About what is happening right now, what I'm expecting for this episode, I said it during the review of the last one, I have trouble to understand the rhythm of the show. I mean by that everything seems to, you know, to happen really quick. We have really one scene, one action, one information, like no time lost into each episode. So we are progressing a lot. In fact, like Joyce, she already knows that Hopper is alive. She already had the confirmation of it. She's gonna go to save him and all. She's already joined by the guys, the friend and all. And all guys, we already lost 2 students, and we already had a lot of things like 11 with these students who are bullying her, Angela and all. She already punished Angela with that into her face. The basket team, they're gonna go after the Hellfire Club. We had the presentation of Eddie, but we already also had Eddie back telling us all of what happened and already beginning to be a part of the group. Like, we're already beginning really a lot the stories, the progression of the stories, but at the same time, I'm gonna begin the episode 3, and we know that we have only 9 episodes, you know, for this season. So at the end of this episode 3, I have to consider that, you know, so we are progressing a lot and fast into each episode, but at the same time, are we progressing enough for the only 9 episodes that we have, even if there are long episodes, really long episodes of more than 1 hour, is it enough? It's a real question that I have. I have the impression that maybe, you know, normally we are used to resolve not everything, but a certain situation at the end of each season of Stranger Things. Right now I have the impression that we're not gonna resolve that thing, you know, that it's gonna take us 2 seasons. And I'm wondering if, you know, they announced that this one would not be the last season, but the season 5 would be the last season. And after that, maybe we're gonna have other stuff. But you know, the season 5 is gonna be the last season. Can it be possible that in fact these 2 seasons were written together, and that's why I have this impression that we need 2 seasons to finish all of the stories that we created right there during these 2 first episodes? Do you understand what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know. Because on another hand, I have the impression that the situation with Hopper, for example, to get him back and all, can be resolved in 2 episodes maximum. So it means that after that, for the second half of the season, the adults are going to be back with the kids to resolve what is happening in Hawkins right now. So in fact, it can go faster because it's going to come back with informations, with reveals. It's going to change stuff and relationships. So I don't know. I really don't know, but I had that interrogation about the rhythm of the show. 11, I think that what we're gonna have now, it's what we saw a little during the trailer with her being taken away. Right there, what she committed on Angela. It would be logical for her to be taken away by the police, but during the trailer I had the impression that it was not the police who took her away, that it was government people and stuff like that. And because of the fact that it began already on Hawkins, all of the business, the usual business already began on Hawkins with people dying, maybe it's gonna be the case. We have Will and Mike who are gonna be together, they need to talk together, they need to get back, you know, friends like that. It's maybe gonna be a subject for that season, the fact that they are growing up and they are beginning to get away from each other, the fact that Will is far away and he's feeling like he's not close like he was with Mike, but also the fact that Lucas now is into the basketball team and is really enjoying it, to be with new people, but also to have that moment of glory during the match. His friends were not there to support him during that moment. And we have also Max, who is away because of her own issues, her own personal issues. So I'm afraid for that to be a real subject for this season, but on another hand, it would be interesting to have that subject being explored because it's something that we all lived, you know, in high school and all, to have a group of friends, and we are changing, we are evolving, we don't have the same interest, you know, in life, and we are all also going in different ways in universities. So for sure, your friends, you're keeping some of them, but not all of them, and I'm afraid for them to explore that subject, and at the same time it would be logical. But right there, Max, for example, she went back to see Dustin, you know, when she had issues, so I have hope that maybe they're not gonna separate, not that much. And we saw that Lucas, when this basketball team, they want to go after Eddie, and that's gonna be something that we're gonna have to deal with. Also, in addition of all of the things that we have to deal with, we saw that Lucas, he took the defense of Eddie, not that much to not say that he is a freak. Like, same, I have hope that at some point Lucas is not gonna go against his friends, he's gonna come back to reason, at least to his real group of friends. I hope so. But at the same time, he felt betrayed and he was left alone in a way. We'll see. 11, she still has no powers. We have that flashback who is coming back into these 2 episodes. It was coming back, so that's gonna be something. I don't think that she attacked during that moment. You didn't see her attacking, so for me she didn't attack. You know the rule. I want to have the proof of it. I want to see it with my own eyes. That's why I never believed that Hopper would be dead. Like really, first second after it happened during the last episode of the season 3, I was in denial and I was saying that no, it can't be possible, it's not dead. And I was right. So yes, right there I think that you are playing with us, but she didn't do it. The contrary, she defended people during that moment, she killed the thing who did that. So right there, The enemy for this season, it's Vecna. He's visiting people who are haunted by stuff that they did or stuff that happened to them. It was not clear for Chrissy what happened to her. For the other guy, it was more clear. That's why also I'm afraid that it can happen to Max, because we know that she's haunted by what happened to her brother. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode 3. The last one that I'm gonna watch today. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, if you want to have these episodes earlier and with an extended reaction part, because it's long episodes, I think that the extended reaction parts are really gonna be longer. And maybe for some I'm gonna put the full reaction part. I can't know that in advance. I'm putting the full reaction part when really I'm reacting a lot, like when I can't cut into it, it would be too difficult for me. I'm forced to do it for YouTube, but for Patreon I can put the full reaction part. Check the description to know what I put on my Patreon. And yes, it can be the good way to support me also, if you can be interested. It would be nice, you know, I'm a little reactor, so if you can, come on my Patreon. And if you can't, you can still support me right there by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. You know that for YouTube, it's the only thing which counts. Not for me, but for YouTube, you know, it's only about numbers. Let's go for this episode 3. Last one for today.
There were no signs of any attack. No bruises. No signs of any struggle.
What I understand is that something is going on in the town that nobody fully comprehends.
I also understand that everything that has happened in Hawkins could be traced back to Brenner's little pet. Wouldn't you agree?
You're saying I'm helping her. Is that what you're saying?
If I wanted to chat, Doctor, I would have picked up the damn phone.
Not need those. Hey, I'm talking to you. Sam, do something.
Did they take something important?
I want to know everything he's done and everyone he's spoken to in the past year.
There's more than you think, man. Roller skate attacks.
Yeah. Hey, at least it wasn't an ice skate.
Yeah.
It could have been so much worse. So much worse.
Guys, how many you smoke?
What? Well. Aren't you out of sight for sore eyes, huh? Hey, Murray. Kids like risotto?
You're gonna tell her that she's alive?
Didn't the Byers move here?
Small world, isn't it? It's a small world.
So I thought, hey, you know what?
You're not gonna...
This thing came up.
You asked me,
Which one?
That I have to go to a conference tomorrow in Alaska.
Like still living in igloos, or are they like fully blown, like living in the suburbs?
Yeah.
Who is this?
This girl got smacked in the head today at the roller rink. Smacked. It's one of those vicious skate attacks.
Skate attack?
Yeah, she looked like she's gonna be fine.
She didn't look fine.
Mike, you're not gonna be the one.
Finish risotto, get a smack.
Still have no idea who he is.
We don't neither, but we appreciate him.
Well,
You're preparing yourself to do what?
we're gearing up. Going for the hunts. Hey, man. Relax. Now, we just want to talk to him.
Uh-huh.
His crime. Yeah.
With all of that
Never in chat.
into your hands?
If you're not up to this, you can go home. There's no judgment. You'll still be one of us, all right?
Okay.
No. Calm down. You're gonna love them, they're gonna love you.
Also, they're pretty convinced you killed Chrissy.
Like 100% kind of convinced.
They didn't see the body? No one human can do that. No, they're just going for the guy. They found the other body. Yep.
Victor Crew. Wayne got in anything about this. Victor's locked away tight, huh? You don't need to worry about him, all right? It was about a picnic table. Is that correct? It's sweet.
You need them.
Why didn't you tell me what's going on? I mean, you know, I'm not exactly Mr. Popularity back at home. I mean, I know what it's like.
No, you don't. I do not belong.
You mean in Lenora?
Anywhere.
Come on, you can't actually believe that.
You think I'm a monster too?
You're not.
What?
Yesterday. The way you looked at me.
I was surprised. Maybe I was a little upset in the moment, but I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do. I mean, it changed. It doesn't matter. I care for you so much.
I love the fact that you can express your feelings.
You don't love me anymore.
Who said that I didn't?
He didn't say
You never
that.
say it.
I say it.
Okay, it's deeper than that.
Ridiculous. You know what I think of you. You're the most incredible person in the world. And you can't let these mouth breathers ruin you. Ruin us. They're nobodies. And you're a superhero.
You love her
Not anymore.
because she's a superhero and now she's not anymore. Yes, it's not helping. You're good at expressing your feelings, but sometimes you make mistakes.
Yeah.
And she's a kid, can you really take her away like that?
Please look at me.
Without a legal representative?
Things will be fine.
You're there. You look better, physically at least. You talk Russian now? No, it's only to talk together.
Today, I hope, if my pilot gets the money, you will bring it to me in a plane tomorrow. Then you can hitch a ride with him back to your country. This pilot you found, you sure you can trust him? His name is Yuri Ismailov. He's a smuggler.
Once everyone is getting his money,
Of course. Why else do you want to do this job, Gandhi?
Mm.
I can see why you like her, American. When I talk to her, I can tell by voice that she's very pretty.
what?
Сейчас у него великос, он нарезал. Сейчас, я просто хотел приструнить его. Where do you want it?
It's okay? Ah,
Fred and Chrissy don't make sense. I mean, why them?
Maybe you're just in the wrong place.
no, they were haunted by something.
We're at the trailer park. Should we maybe be here?
That was my theory about the fact that you are close to the woods.
Actually, Chrissy was upset too.
Yeah, but not here. She was crying on her walk at school. Serial killers stalk their prey before they strike, right? So maybe Fred and Chrissy saw this Beck man.
Beck, no. You mentioned it to someone.
Maybe they did. I saw Chrissy
to the
leave Miss
counselor.
Kelly's office.
Yes, where are you going?
There's just something I want to check on first.
Something you maybe want to share with the rest of us?
I don't want to waste your time.
Flying solo with this Beckman creep on the loose? No, it's too dangerous. Or you need someone to... I'll stick with Nance, alright? You guys take the car, check out this train.
I don't think you want me driving your car. I don't have a license. I can drive.
No. Please, anybody but you know.
Us ladies will stick together. Unless you think we need you to protect us.
Be careful!
You just stand there and talk?
Shut up.
I appreciate the fact that he thought about
On the outside.
Nancy not being all alone, he wanted to come. Find that out into the real world and you can travel through it. It's a passage for you guys but also for him, I think.
Just tell them I fell again.
You can target people.
Your nose is bleeding, dude.
For these two first ones, it was people who are haunted by something. I want to confirm that theory or not.
Lucas? What are you doing with these douchebags?
They know my sister. They try to recruit me to their club. Cult.
You're not.
Just trying to find Eddie, man.
Well, you have eyes, don't you? He's not here.
Lucas.
I don't know. Where is he? I don't know.
Lucas! Come on, the nicest one. You can't accept that without trying to intervene.
Where do we find this Dustin?
I'm tired of bullies, people who are seeing bullies acting and are not reacting.
I'm gonna need you to give me a verbal response.
It was always a subject, you know, into this show, but right there are 2 episodes that it's...
Did you want to kill her?
She was mad, but she didn't want to kill her.
I don't know. She didn't know if you want.
Less sincere, even please.
No, you didn't want to kill her. No, you don't know.
I don't know.
Alright. Yeah.
An exchange of what?
Ще да ноги сломай.
For what? To be able to take it off, maybe? To be able to run?